guys, it's Steffi from the Novelty Corner and welcome back to my bookshelf tour. This is part 6 and we're nearly through the actual complete first bookshelf, so there are 7 shelves. This is pretty much my L to M bookshelf. So for those of you who haven't been following along, I've been filming single shelf tours of my bookshelf. I have a total of 21 shelves. We're only up to 6. Some of them I will cut together into multiple shelves in one video. The Star Wars shelf definitely, probably the graphic novel shelf, and also the romance shelves. I will cut them into videos, so there won't be quite 21 videos total. But if you are interested in watching any of the previous ones, I do have a playlist and I also will link some of them onto the screen for you. Because this shelf is quite far down, again, I'm going to film a little overview and then I'm going to hold up the books here. I've pulled them all off the shelf, so that's a little bit easier to show you. I'm going to cut to the overview and I'll talk to you about the books after that. All right, here we have bookshelf number 6, which is currently overflowing a bit. So we have another mug with bookmarks and some bookish pencils and bits and pieces that have come in subscription boxes, and also my old filming camera. All right, there are 28 books on that shelf, so let's start talking about them. The first set of books I have to talk about are books by Maria Lewis. I have read four of her books and I have a 5th one that I'm hoping to read this month actually. So one of her books is It Came From the Deep, which is a young adult urban fantasy series about mermaids, and in this case the mermaid is a man, and I do have a signed personalized copy of this one. Then I have her Who's Afraid series, which is an adult urban fantasy. Book 1 is Who's Afraid and book 2 is Who's Afraid 2. This is the story of Tommy Grayson, who suddenly finds out that her family history may include werewolves, so it is pretty fun. And then a spin-off of the Who's Afraid series is The Witch Who Courted Danger. Spin-off because one of the sort of side characters that we meet in the Who's Afraid series is the main character in this one, and we follow Casper, who is a very powerful medium. This one does feature a female-female relationship and it's great. Next up, I have The Paper Menagerie by Ken Liu. This is a collection of short stories by Ken Liu that are all science fiction, spec-fic-ish, and are generally delightful. I have 2 books by Marie Lu. This is the Warcross duology. So there is Warcross and Wildcard. This is a young adult science fiction series about gaming. I mean, it's fun and I enjoyed it. I suppose it's nothing to write home about, but I can't bear to part with them because the hardbacks of these books are really pretty. So I've kept them. And then we have all my Sarah J Maas books. I do technically still own the Throne of Glass series, but I gave it to my mother, so that's at her place. Where to start? Okay, let's just go. I do own Crescent City, which is her most recent release. It is kind of urban fantasy, leaning more heavily on the fantasy series. I think I enjoyed it. I have probably read better in urban fantasy, but I'm intrigued to see what she actually does with it. So we shall see. I do have the special edition slip jacket, A Court of Thorns and Roses, because I mean, this book is just, it's gorgeous. And then I have the hardbacks for the whole series, which is A Court of Thorns and Roses. And these are the editions that I defaced. So I actually have videos for these. I'll try and remember to link them down below. So I actually painted all of them. The second book is A Court of Mist and Fury. I think this one may have been the first one that I defaced. I can't remember. And also A Court of Wings and Ruin. So they are pretty special to me because I did, you know, come up with my own little covers for them. I also have Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin, which has the sprayed edges because this was a Fairy Loot edition, I think. This is sort of new adult fantasy romance about a witch hunter and a witch. I have not decided yet whether I'm going to continue with the series, even though the second book has recently been released. So at the moment, I'm not continuing with it. I wish I could say that I wasn't always swayed by aesthetic books, but that would be a lie. Then I have Underdog, which is a collection of Love Osway short stories. This one is edited by Tobias Madden, and it has a foreword by Fleur Ferris, and it features all sorts of young adult Australian short fiction, and it was a really great collection. Next up, I have my Kerri Maniscalco books. This is the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. Book 1 is Stalking Jack the Ripper, Hunting Prince Dracula, Escaping from Houdini, and Capturing the Devil. They are all young adult historical crime books. They're a bit cheesy, but I enjoyed them regardless. I also have the play of So Much to Tell You by J Maasden, which has been signed and personalized to me. I actually met J Maasden in 2001, which is why I have these bits and pieces stuck inside the book. And it was a year 9 writing camp that I attended, and you had to submit a piece of writing, and so people were selected based on their writing pieces to go. And this was held up at his school before it was actually a school, so that was kind of cool. And that's why I kept the play. And then last but not least, we have all of my Ellie Marney books. So we have the Every trilogy, which features Every Breath, Every Word, and Every Move. These are Sherlock Holmes retellings set in Melbourne featuring young adult characters. It is a brilliant, brilliant series. The spin-off book from that collection is No Limits. This is more new adult. It was self-published rather than being published by Allen and Unwin, who published the Every series. And this follows one of the older characters that we meet in the Every series. And again, is very, very good. This is one of my favorite of Ellie Marney's books. Then you have White Knight, which is a YA crime book featuring a cult. The Circus Hearts trilogy, which people who've been following my channel for a while know I talk about pretty regularly. This is slightly more new adult rather than young adult series featuring characters who are working and performing in a circus. So book 1 is Circus Hearts, All the Little Bones. Book 2 is All Fall Down. And book 3 is All Aces. I love these books so much. They are so great, and they're short and very quick and easy to read. Well worth checking out. And Ellie's most recent book is None Shall Sleep, which is another YA crime book, but the difference with this one is that it is YA historical fiction, and it focuses on 2 teenagers who are recruited by the behavioral sciences unit at Quantico to help profile a teenage serial killer, and it is great. So those are all the books on bookshelf 6. In the comments below, let me know if you have read any of these books or if you're planning on reading them. I would love to know. I'm also happy to talk about them in more depth if you have questions about any of them. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you are staying safe and healthy, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.